Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Abdullah Tariq al-Battat. I am an electrical engineer student that I had my internship in Saudi Aramco, and today I'm going to present my internship presentation. So this is the outline. I'm going to talk about the company in general. I'm going to talk about the RTBOD, the place that I had my internship, and it refers to Ras Al Noor Power Operation Department Division. I'm going to talk about the major task and project. I'm going to talk about the minor task, guideline, question answering, and conclusion. So basically, I had my internship in downstream power system, power system, NABUD, North Area Power Operation Department in Ras Al Noor Power Operation Division. It was a really fabulous internship. I learn a lot of things, and I connect with my electrical engineer major course as like power system, power transmission, power electronics, circuit 1 and circuit 2. About the company, so Saudi Aramco was founded in 1933. It's considered as the largest oil reservoir, and it's approximately accounting for 15% of the global total. It's also considered as the largest oil producer, with approximately responsible for 10% of the global oil production. Also, it's considered as one of the bones of the Saudi economy, and and Saudi Aramco play a big role in Saudi economy. So basically, this is the diagram for the Ras Al Noor Power Operation Division. So basically, RTBOD have two different management for the power system operation and the management for the engineering. So we have 7 units and 1 group in RTBOD. We have the ESO, which refers to electrical system operation. We have the power line and cable. We have the power system relay. We have the power services, power planning, and dispatch services group, and engineering unit. So basically, RTBOD, in RTBOD, we will start with the ESO. ESO, as I said, refers to electrical system operation. Their main task is to do isolation for high voltage, whether it was a switch gear, a transformer, distribution transformer, or transmission transformer. They do the isolation. And how do we consider the high voltage in Saudi Aramco? We consider it from 4.16 kilovolts and above. The power line and cable, they are dealing with whether it was underground or overhead line high voltage cable, whether it was a transmission or distribution cable. They deal with it, and they are the technician, like the technical unit for it. We have the power system relay, are dealing with the high voltage and the low voltage relay and the switch gear, whether it was a calibration, fixing, changing, etc. And we have the power services. There is an inside joke about them. They are like more likely as a mechanical, because most of their work are mechanical for fixing transformer or switch gear, and always it's contain like mechanical work. And we have the power planning. They are responsible for planning for whether it was a new equipment changing, under the command of the RTBOD, and they are a coordinator between the technical people, the ESO, like for the example for the ESO, for the power line cable, and the contractor, with the contractor and the engineering unit. So this is the dispatch service group. So to describe the dispatch service group is like a 911 for a power system cut-off. If there is any lack of electricity or cut-off in energy, they call dispatch service. It's like 911. It's like a police for the power system. And you can see in the screen, it's not like monitoring or controlling. No, it's just like a schedule. He can, like, the dispatcher can change it, and I like mentioned the dispatch is considered as a group, and it's a group divided from the ESO. And we have the engineering unit with a different management. They are field engineers. Most of their work are coordination between the technician and the planning unit and the contractor. So basically, how the like workflow come to the engineer. So if the technician had a problem with something or need theoretical advising, or there is like a problem they didn't know how to solve it, they raise it to the engineering unit. The engineering unit analyze the problem and see if they can give like a solid solution. They could give. If they didn't can like if they are containing a high like role or a high decision making, and there is like there is a big responsibility, they refer it to a place called TSD, Technical Support Department, and it's contain like a design engineer with a lot of experience and long experience. Like they're almost like them like in PhD and masters, and they raise it, and this is the highest level that the technical problem could reach. And we have six main customer for the RTBOD. So I always say before, under command of RTBOD. So what's the place that are under command for RTBOD? First of all, Ras Tanur Refinery. We have the JM and GL fabrication plant and all the other facilities. We have the terminal, Ras Tanur terminal, and it's considered as like the it's like a station for the offshore ship to travel the oil. We have the Qatif Gas, all of them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have the Najm Saudi Aramco Cap, and we have the Happy Farm. So let me talk now about my major task and project. So one of the major tasks I have done is changing battery backup charger for 100 kilovolt sub 61 substation in Najma, after Najma. As I mentioned before, it's 115 kilovolt. If it was above 64 kilovolt, with the ASO will work together with the SCADA. So basically, we isolated the high voltage. I was in the ASO unit. We isolated the high voltage, and the contractor changed the backup battery charger successfully. We have the schedule switch. Okay, this is the next major task. The second major task I have done. So scheduling switch gear isolation using Aramco program, Power Operation System V2O. So basically, this is a program that used by the ASO to isolate, to schedule the isolation. And you can see in the picture, you can choose the specific places for and the specific details for the isolation. And we have 4 different levels of the isolation. We have the first level clearance, the isolation is visible to the eye and clear. We have the permission, the isolation is not visible to the eye and not clear. We have the non-BOD. Non-BOD, most likely if it was for example a feeder coming from the Saudi Electrical Company, it's most likely being on BOD. And we have the IDAC, the Inter-Dispatch Authority clearance. It need I think VP approval. I'm not sure about it. It's VP or a manager approval. The third major task I have done is de-isolate high voltage underground cable after the power line cable unit changed it. So basically, the underground cable was there was a problem in one of the phases in underground cable. And after the cable unit solved the problem, we were responsible for re-energize the transformer, and we energize it again with using insulation stick. And supervising the fourth task is major task is supervising connection for new transmission line for one of the RTO for Saudi Aramco. So basically, this problem appeared when it was like before. You see in the picture, it's a steel tower. It was before a wooden tower. So basically, I think was a wind and it fall. After it fall, there was cut off in power. So basically, we changed. Their contractor company changed the transmission line to a steel. After that, I was in cable unit. Our main task was assigned to make sure that the feeder that coming from the Saudi Electrical Company is re-energized correctly. And we went to the RTU and check if it's power, if it's like the power is coming to it or not, and we end this task. Okay, for this major task is fixing one tower of transmission line. So basically in feeder 7. So basically in Jaima for offshore feeder 7, because you know the Ras Al Noura have like high humidity, so one of the jumper of the transmission line was like cut because it got rusty. So basically we changed the 3 jumpers for the 3 phase, and for all the 3 phase we changed the cutout fuse and the poles for a preventive maintenance to give a more lifespan for the tower. And one of the main projects is supervising changing electricity from 110 to 220 volt in Najma camp. So basically the camp was an old style voltage 110, so we changed it. So our main task is to change the low voltage, but for the high voltage changing the transformer to a new top mountain transformer, the whole loop transformer for the whole camp. So we was assigned a transformer 335. We were assigned there. So basically I was in the unit, in the cable unit. So basically after the contractor changed the underground cable, we are supervising that they do all the work and they do the testing correctly. So basically, as you see, this is the underground cable, and it's considered as a EPR cable, and it's from rubber. And you can see the diagram here, the APR isolation from the diagram, and you can see it in the real photo. And you can see also the standard copper. And the third photo on the right side is the PVC jacket. And after we implement and we make sure the contractor implement the underground cable and its power, we need to put it in a test in a device called Universal VLF and DC High Voltage Test System. So basically, we did one of the tests. It's the VLF, and it refers to very low frequency AC test. So basically the test is like putting the cable on 224 kilovolt for 12 minutes RMS and 0.1 frequency, and you could see down the result, and it's and for a 12 minute, and it's done. Yes, it's done, and it's successful with the same device. Relay calibration. So basically this major task was about relay calibration in terminal sub 40. Our main task was to do the relay calibration for electromechanical relay. So basically we did it with a device, as you can see here in the picture. It's called Sevric 780 relay unit test, and it have 2 major tests: pickup test and trip test. So learn about Frasca and BERT, and this is the last major task. Learn about Frasca and BERT system. So Frasca refers to failure reporting analysis and corrective action system, and it's considered as R1, R2. R1 is investigation, whether it was 5 whys or 3 analysis or anything, and R2 give a recommendation. And the other thing is BERT, power induction and reliable database. If there any cutout in power system, they have a database and need to report it, and some people have access on it and they are responsible for reporting it. And for minor task, I was assigned by the planning unit to read the manual IG 1500, and this is as you can see in the figure what's the procedure of planning cycle, notification and approval and review and etc. from SAP. And the other minor task, inspection of the RTU in sub 48, we have assigned by the Ghanem al-Zara, the foreman of the relay unit, to inspect the RTU in sub 48, and we inspected, and the problem was in the transducer, and the transducer is 2-way communication device that sent the data for the PCC in Dhahran. So guideline question answering: how did the internship contribute in your understanding or of the practice of engineering and of the key skills that you'd require to be successful? I believe the internship contribute and help me a lot of understanding what's the major things that the engineer need to understand, and when I see how the engineer work, field engineer work, or how the process of working of workflow for engineer in Saudi Aramco, that helped me a lot. Based on your, and the second question, based on your experience, what skills are the most important successful practice? I believe the good knowledge in the electrical engineer major courses. In conclusion, I had a wonderful internship in Saudi Aramco. I have gained a lot of experience. Thank you very much.